If any woman asked me how to find a good quality husband, this is the dating advice I would give them, and I wholeheartedly believe these things. Okay, one, don't ever pursue a man. Do not pursue a man. You know, we're watching all this stuff unfold with Simone Biles and her husband, how he said he thinks he's the prize. I told my husband about that whole situation, what he said, and I said, "What do you think, babe?" He's like, "Everyone knows your wife is the prize, that your wife should feel like the prize, and you should see your wife as the prize. Do not pursue a man because he'll always think like, he just settled for you. He has to wholeheartedly, fully, and completely pursue you. Do not break that rule." Number two, believe his actions. If he's not texting you back, believe that he's not that interested. When a man wants you, you will be hit up. He will not struggle to text you back consistently and regularly. So believe that if he's not texting you back, you're like third on his roster. No, try like he's seeing other women. So don't try and fill in the gaps for his actions. Believe what he's showing you. Okay, 3, don't live together before you're married. So many people dismiss this as like a religious thing. This is how a straight man's mind works. He sees you differently when you move in together. He already has you. The mystery is gone. He thinks, "Oh, I already got her." He's not going to marry you. Like, yeah, there's just going to be women out there that are like, "Oh, me and my husband lived together before we married." Do not count on being that exception, because a lot of women that live with a guy that they end up marrying, that guy never really values them. I've seen it time and time again. That guy always takes her for granted, kind of like the pursuit rule. He just never really values you. Like, yes, there's going to be exceptions. Do not give advice based on these tiny little exceptions. Okay. Don't date a man that watches porn. Straightforward, simple, communicate that you're not okay with adult entertainment, and if he's okay with it, leave immediately. Don't stay with a man. And if he lies and you find out, you get married and you find out he's been keeping a secret from you, that's manipulative, that's deceitful, that's grounds for divorce, that's of like an affair via virtually. A man that comments on women's bodies, freaking run. Okay, that like probably because he watches porn. If a man is commenting on a woman's body, don't do it. You won't scare a good guy off with boundaries. Okay, so communicating any of these things, like if you say, "No, I won't live with a man before I have that serious commitment from him before I marry him." If he's like mocks that, just leave. If you say, "No, I don't think all men watch porn," and he says something like, "Yeah, they do," leave. Okay, you will find a man that meets your standards, but you're gonna waste your own time if he doesn't meet your standards now. Don't try to change him. Don't date potential. Date the guy who is aligned in your values, that respects your boundaries. Okay, also, I told my husband all my boundaries early on. I was like, "I'm not okay with this, I'm not okay with that." Trust me, men that are ready to marry you, that love you, that know that you are a prize, they will not run away when you communicate like, "Oh, this is my values, blah, blah, blah." Last one, very important. A man that loves you, he's going to know early on if he would marry you. It should not take him a year. If it takes him a year, you've always been plan B. He's been dating you, stringing you along so that he could still look around and keep his options open. Don't do it. Men know within the first few months if they're going to marry you. Oh, yeah. Trust me. Don't let a man string you along. If you're dating for a year and there's like he still won't marry you, the pain now of breaking up is so much better than being with that man for 10 years and you're still just a girlfriend. Okay, anyway, I wholeheartedly believe in these. I do think a lot of women do need tough love because you're like really sweet and you think the best of people. Don't give straight men the benefit of the doubt. They have to prove themselves to you. Yeah. Make them prove themselves to you. And I don't mean that in a hateful way. I don't mean be aggressive about it. But